Hi there, it's Friday. For most, the best day of the week, as it is here as well for Hoohaa Sports Today, where we usually start with football and end the show with something else. This time it will be another track guide as we have back-to-back F1 race weekends and we'll be heading to Shanghai. But we begin with the Iberian Peninsula as it's looking to be an all-Portuguese Europa Cup final. But standing in the way of that is the sole Spanish club. Villarreal are the ones going through on an 8-2 aggregate win. They will meet Porto in the semis after the 2010-2011 Portuguese League champions with 4 league matches to go and still unbeaten, hammered another 5 goals past Spartak Moscow and certainly look to be the favourites. While one final spot will definitely be occupied by a Portuguese side as Braga and Benfica will meet each other after their progress to the semis was pretty much sealed in the first leg. Braga fortunate enough to go through on the away goals rule. The first leg semi-final will be on the 28th, while the return leg, where Porto may face a challenge, will be on the 5th of May. Alright, before we look at the Premier League and the all-important FA Cup semi-final matchups, let's quickly recap the league standings in Germany, Spain and Italy. First up, the Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund, who had a 10-point lead 5 games ago, have faltered, dropping 7 points along the way. But Bayer Leverkusen are the team in form as they claimed all 15 points. But Leverkusen have a tough match on Sunday against Bayern Munich, who are being chased by Hanover. They take on Hamburg. Now Hamburg will want to seal their Europa League spot over Mainz and Nuremberg. Oh yes, there's Schalke in 9th, who could still surprise with a late push for that Europa spot. Now to Italy. Not much has changed in the past 5 games in the Serie A. With just 5 more matches to go, it seems to be a 3-way chase for the title. This weekend, Milan and Napoli play at home while Inter travel to Parma, currently 5th from bottom. Interesting jostle happening from 4th to 7th with Roma playing at home against Palermo, but Udinese will still keep 4th even though if they lose to Napoli on Sunday, and that's thanks to their superior goal difference. Now to the Spanish League, and we found out yesterday that there will be 4 El Clasico meetings between Barcelona and Real Madrid that will decide 3 titles: the Champions League, the Copa del Rey and the Primera Liga. However, with 7 games left in the season, Barcelona's current form and their 8-point advantage seems to be a tough ask for Jose Mourinho's men. But you can never know, as the first of those 4 clashes will be on Saturday. Also chasing an 8-point deficit for that Champions League spot is Sevilla, who have managed to pick themselves after a poor run of form that saw them slip out of the top 10, while Levante's unbeaten run of 5 has lifted them to some dizzying heights. So now you're up to speed with those leagues as matches in the League, Cup and top flight competitions are coming in thick and fast. Back in England, this weekend is split between the FA Cup semi-final fixtures and the Premier League ties. 2 main focuses this weekend in England. 1, the FA Cup semi-final between Manchester United, who could be on a treble of trophies, and neighbours Manchester City. United won't have Wayne Rooney, and a big blow for City as they have lost Carlos Tevez to injury. And Mancini does sound concerned.
No, it's a big problem at this moment. But we can take any risk because after this game we have another 6 games and we hope that we can recover Carlo maybe for the last 2 or 3 games or for the final if we go. An important moment for the club. We play an important game. We can go in the final if we will play well. And every player that will play against United Saturday, I'm sure that play 200%.
Very interesting, huh? And Hoohaa Sports Fans Live will be at the United's viewing party at Section 7 in Shah Alam. While in the other lesser-known semis, Bolton will play Stoke, and wouldn't it be a fantastic day out for their fans at Wembley? Unfortunately, we won't have the Fans Live coverage of that semi-final because there is a huge Sunday night Premier League clash, if you could call it that, between Liverpool and Arsenal. We'll have our Fans Live teams at both the Liverpool and Arsenal camps. Liverpool will be at Funky Villa and will be cheering on the Reds after their impressive 3-0 victory over Man City, while Arsenal fans will be at the Ekiubi Sports Cafe continuing their celebrations from last weekend's win over Blackpool. Briefly to the Malaysian Super League, and this weekend's match of the week is a battle to lead the standings, and it's one of the biggest derby matches in Malaysian football. It's Selangor versus Perak. But match day 12 starts tonight with Terengganu, 3rd in the league, take on Felda United, who are lying in 6th. Then tomorrow the Red Giants welcome Perak to the Shah Alam Stadium, both teams separated by just a point. Once league leaders Kelantan entertain Sabah, and in the other fixture, 5th place Kedah welcome Pahang. Johor FC up against the National Juniors, and there's also Perlis who are seeking their first win. They play Negeri Sembilan, and KL will meet T-Team. Alright, we'll set you up with the football, and all that's left is to preview this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix in Shanghai. It's the third race of the season, and so far it's been the Sebastian Vettel show. 2 wins out of 2 as the Red Bull driver leads the standings. The two McLaren boys have surprised even themselves to be third and second after pre-season testing. Seems to have pointed towards a lack of pace. Ferrari have been disappointing as they were the most likely to have been able to challenge Red Bull, but have fell off the pace. So how's it going to pan out this weekend in China? The track boasts one of the longest straights, and the weather hasn't been kind either, as it has rained at 4 out of the 5 past races. So to wrap up today's shows, here's Red Bull's Mark Webber as he takes us on a guided lap of the Shanghai circuit. Till Monday, you have a fantastic sporting weekend. From me, Patrick, and the team saying it's bye for now.
China, 5.5 kilometres, 56 laps, in all 306 kilometres, 6 high-speed stretches, 5 slow turns, 3 ideal spots for overtaking, top speed 310 kilometres an hour.
Starting the lap here in the Red Bull simulator, the Chinese Grand Prix, Shanghai, first corner, very unique as it's incredibly fast on the way in, and then the further you go into the corner it tightens and tightens and tightens before you arrive at the apex, which is very tight. Then you plunge downhill into turn 2, which is a long left-hander, which then opens a lot, accelerating hard away from there. Third gear, up over the crest. Quite a fast section of the track here now, then braking hard again. Very important to get deep in on the brakes, but also manage to get the best exit that you can as you're now on full throttle up towards the middle sector of the track, which is incredibly fast. You see a Formula One car loaded very heavily through here and quite physical on the driver. Straight into a right-hander. And then a double left, which is very tricky in terms of car balance and consistency. Very important to get through those as cleanly as you can. Accelerating away from the paddock here, and then we come up to a very tight left-hander. Very important to get the car positioned correctly for this long exit, which feeds us on to the very important long back straight in Shanghai. The driver now can have a bit of a chance also to relax. Have a think about the race and also look in the mirrors to make sure no one is looking to overtake. Braking very hard for this hairpin. A lot of spectators have a chance to watch the race at this part of the track because of the overtaking opportunities. There's some great grandstands. Accelerating hard away into the last corner, which is very easy to make a mistake, so it's important to get that right. Running the curve a little bit on the exit, accelerating hard towards the start-finish line. And that's a lap of the Chinese Grand Prix.